Your stamina and work ethic is unmatched. Even your haters are taking notes. Low key, they respect you. On the real, you have an old soul, and I feel like you could be someone that people come to for wise counsel. You're very intuitive. You know, you have a lot of depth, a lot of wisdom. And you are a person that may generally just turn inwardly. You have a sense of inner peace. A lot of people do hold you in high esteem, and a lot of people respect your knowledge, your know-how. And people may have felt like at a time that you would stay in a certain situation, but you walked away. That's the thing. People can get comfortable with you and the way that you are, and you just switch it up on them. So people are so accustomed to you being, say, at a job or a place, or acting a certain way in a family environment, a work environment, a friendship environment. But your energy is quite slippery. When I say slippery, I mean whereby people can't get too comfortable with you, because just when people feel like they're getting too comfortable with you, you're on to the next one, you're on to the next thing. And you are brilliant. You are the definition of magnificence. You have accomplished so much things in your lifetime, and you have yet to achieve more. I feel like you have been thrust into high positions at maybe a young age, and a lot of people do look up to you. You could be one of the first in your family from your generation to do something like, say, become an Olympian, or say get into a team, or say become a boss, or you were the first in your generation to get a degree, you were the first in your generation to be on six figures, you were the first in your generation to buy your own home, you were the first of something in your generation. And a lot of people counted you out, no doubt. Yeah, a lot of people counted you out because maybe you were going for a period in your life at a time whereby you were quite lost, right? We've all been there. But maybe you got into the wrong crowd. Maybe you succumbed to certain vices, because this is Piscean energy, and Pisces rules the 12th house, and 12th house is our subconscious. It could be things that are hidden and things that we have to face. So maybe you were hiding a certain way of being from maybe your family members, your friends, your work colleagues, etc. And you were at a stage in your life where you weren't really taking life seriously, or you just didn't have a goal. But once you walked away from a certain group, I feel like it was a group. Could be work colleagues, could be family members. You may have cut these people off. Eight of Cups, Saturn in Pisces. Saturn's coming out of Pisces next month. It's been in Pisces since 2023, and it was in Pisces 30 years ago. And it's not going to go back into Pisces to another 250 years. So I feel like you are either at the beginning of wrapping something up, or you are going to wrap something up. This could be a group. This could be a way of thinking, habit, family members, whatever the case is, regardless of the case. And I also feel like some of you have either distanced yourself from a certain way of being, or you're starting to do so. And because of this, you're seeing that you are gaining many blessings. And a lot of people feel that you're lucky. Maybe people were used to you being a certain way, not having any direction, etc. And again, these individuals, not to blame it all on them, but they were part of the blockage as to why you felt restricted and stuck. They knew you were bad. They knew you were that girl. They knew you were that guy. They still know you're that girl and that guy, but they didn't want you to know that you, my darling, are that girl and that guy. But ever since you removed yourself, or spirit is working with you to ice these individuals out. I'm sure they mean well in their own way, in their stuck way, but you've got things to do. And you are on your way to victory and success. And the thing is, you are unstoppable. A lot of people are fearing what you're going to do next. A lot of people see that you are not only powerful in the physical, you are very spiritually powerful. You're very high ranked spiritually. You move with purpose, like you're connected to your guides. You know when to bust a move and when not to bust a move. You know when to align with someone and when to remove yourself, right? And a lot of people are guessing about, where do you get this knowledge from? Where do you get this stamina from? Some of you got a Mars in Taurus. Now, my Mars in Taurus are very, very unbeatable. You don't want to try and come up against a Mars in Taurus. I haven't, but I know a lot of people with Mars in Taurus. And when you think of the archetype of Taurus, Taurus are very low. They've got a lot of stamina, durability. They're very down to earth, practical, reliable. Put that in a Mars energy, right? You get someone that is very unstoppable, someone that is unbeatable. It's just like these individuals have got a Duracell battery in their back. They go on and on and on and on. It's like they don't get tired. You have so much stamina, and you're the type of person that could have a 9 to 5 job, but then you are at the gym after work, and then you may do maybe dancing. There's a lot of things that you do, right? And a lot of people are in awe of you. A lot of people admire you. How do you get the energy? Where do you get the time? Yeah, some of you could be athletes, or some of you could be training for, I'm hearing, a triathlon, a marathon. Some of you could be trying to gear up towards the next Olympics. And some of you could be at university, some of you could be at college, and you manage to balance out the two. And it keeps people up in their head, especially those doubters that feared your growth, because they know that you are bad. They know that you have the qualities, the attributes to expand. And that's their fear, because these individuals, they like to stay in the same space. They don't want to expand. They're kind of stuck, right? And they don't think outside of the box. And they know that with your skills and abilities, a lot of people will take to you, and it can take you extremely far. And I'm hearing highly acclaimed. Some of you are highly acclaimed. Some of you have been given medals, certificates, trophies for your work ethic. You've been given these accolades for the work that you produce in a business, in a company. At university, they give you out first degrees. They give you out merits, distinctions, things that may not have been given out in maybe decades or maybe years or something of that sort, right? You're like literally heavyweight. You are going to continue to gain many accolades. You have this universal appeal whereby you will be very well known wherever you go, wherever you work, all over the world. People will take to you because you've got this raw talent, and you give a lot outwardly. You give out a lot of positivity, and you are generally a hard worker. People can't just say, oh, because she looks good or because he's hot. Nah, yeah, you look good, no doubt, right? But when you work, people look beyond the looks. People are in awe of the energy that you exude, the stamina, the focus, the durability. And those that doubted you, those that have tried to come up against you, they get all up in their head with a 9 of swords, because they're thinking, how can I compete? Literally, how can I compete with someone that is so charming, good looking, but hard working? Like, they wanted to put blockages in your way, or they wanted you to burn out. People feel like eventually, yeah, they're going to burn out. They're going to burn out. But you never do. You always show up with a smile the next day. You're refreshed. You're ready for work. And some of you talk about the work that you do outside of your 9 to 5. Some of you may have a charity, or some of you may be a social worker. Some of you may be a nurse. Some of you may also like to go out in your spare time, and people get very angry. Like, someone that works so much, how do they find time to go out and still look good, still look refreshed? Because you have a kind heart, and whatever you give out, you get back, right? And again, some people may feel like they have to play God in your life and put blockages up in your way, hoping that you will turn bitter, hoping that if they try and make things a little bit difficult for you in the workplace, unfortunately, then you may snap, so that they could say, aha, I told you, they're not as good as they made out to be. People may try and set traps for you because they feel inferior to you. They can be intimidated by your intelligence, your excellence, your work stamina, how you're able to juggle a lot of things. You got that capacity to juggle at least 6 things at the same time. Like, you can move from one situation in the workplace to the next, and then outside of that, if people follow you on social media, they have seen the accomplishments that you have gained. They have seen that you have won marathons, and you have won medals for sports, or you are winning trophies for your excellence outside of the workplace. Some of you could be public speakers. Like, there's many levels to this, and people will, be in their ego. They may try and 7 of swords you, and they could be very jealous of how you get on with other people at work, and they could be in a one-sided beef with you, but at the same time they take notes. Like, they think, okay, all right, I admit it, they are that girl, they are that guy, all right, they are a hard worker, I can't take that from them. And even if they try and say something to other people will look at them sideways, and other people will know that they're low-key hating on you. So They have to act like they're in agreement with your work ethic. They actually admire your work ethic, to be fair, because they find you very balanced and fair. You bring a very harmonious and balanced and peaceful energy into the work environment or in whatever field that you do. So even if people, try and, come up against you subtly, spiritually, right, you can feel it, right? Other people may not see it because not everyone's got that spiritual eye, right? But you can feel it. These individuals, they know they have to do these type of acts of negativity in the spiritual, because if they are to do it in the 3D, people will look at them sideways, because you are a hard worker, you're very reliable, you're always on time, you get on with the job, you don't cause drama in the workplace or wherever you are, and you make a lot of people check their self-worth because you have a lot of confidence in yourself. And the thing is, none of us are perfect, right? We evolve daily. We have to check ourselves daily. Well, we should. We work on ourselves daily, right? But you give off this confidence, this know-how and can-do confidence. It's like you're born to do it. Whatever it is that you do, you are literally born to do it. And you can make those less confident people feel inadequate. And it's not done by you intentionally making people feel inadequate. It's because they feel some type of way, instead of like learning from you and aligning with you so you can both like be bad and bold and amazing together. No, they want to try and come up against you, even though they haven't got the same work ethic, the same talent, the same stamina. They're delusional enough to try and come up against you. Instead of thinking to themselves, you know what, I'm going to stick in my own lane, let them do them. I admire your hustle though, I respect you. They want to try and come up against you. And then what happens is that they get drained, they get tired, they get flustered, and then it affects their self-worth even more. That wasn't the lesson, but it's the lesson for them. The lesson for them was to actually work alongside with you, see you in your power, tap into their own and master what they are good at. But no. Some people don't think like that. But a lot of people do have a lot of gratitude for you. A lot of people do feel like, you know what, I think I met my soul tribe. I'm so grateful that I've met someone like you. A lot of people find you to be a blessing within the workplace. A lot of people look up to you. You make people believe in the impossible. People know that you take on a lot. People know that you're carrying a lot. And people still think that you are someone that is exceptional. Like, how can you do all these things, and on top of that you do so much things outside of work? Or some people know you outside of work and know you for the things that you do outside of work and respect the fact that you hold down a 9 to 5, or some of you hold down at least 5 or 6 jobs, or up to 3 jobs or 2. People find you to be a joy to be around. Literally, you are very abundant, you're very high vibrational, and you literally spread your love and light. It's your light. You radiate so much light wherever you go. Yes, you may have your down days and you may get stressed sometimes, but you don't bring that into your work environment. And unfortunately, like I mentioned before, many people saw your worth, but they didn't want you to expand. However, like I said, they're not God, but you continue to make your work do the talking. A lot of people feel maybe inadequate next to you because they could feel to themselves, oh, they're such a perfectionist, I need to humble them. So they may try and mention about money, how much money they got, to try and pull you down a peg or two. They try and target certain areas of your life, right, that they feel would chip away at your confidence. But you don't play that. You're not a person that, it's like you thoroughly enjoy working. You are a hard worker and you have this God-given talent to do whatever it is that you do. And that's the secret. Or is it really a secret? Everyone's has their gifts. Everyone has their talents. And you've honed in and perfected your gifts and your talents. So some people may say, oh, they think they're better than me. No, you don't. You literally enjoy what you do. And when you enjoy what you do, you actually do your best in what you do, right? If someone hates what they do, you'll see it in their work. Sometimes, obviously, people work hard because they've got to pay the bills. But if someone loves what they do, right, and it's their job, it's their role, they're going to give 110%. You give 150. You go above and beyond, and you are a leader. You try and lead others to work as hard as you do. And you're now learning that not everyone has that same work ethic, because sometimes when people feel like they can't match you, they have to drag you down. They have to try and emotionally destroy you, chip away at your confidence. And some people feel, oh, they got pretty privilege, they got handsome privilege only because the manager fancies him or the manager fancies her or nah, but take all that away, take all the attractiveness, the handsomeness away. The bottom line is you are still a hard worker. Okay, you can do the job of many that some people can't even cope with, and that's where the insecurity comes from. But again, you don't pay the situation no mind. Your spirit is saying to you, don't pay these individuals no mind. If they're trying to make you feel bad, if they're trying to give you the evil eye, by all means protect your energy, but release this thought of trying to please people or dumbing down yourself or trying to, minimize your efforts. No, be even bolder, be even greater. You're here to shine. You're here to lead an example, right? You're amazing. Keep shining. Peace out, man.